Delmar Farms here in Loomis, new subdivision is proposed. What we're looking at is 96 acres, 24 lots. These lots are going to be big acreage. There's going to be 18 that are 4.6 acres and another 6 that are 2.3. I've had a number of people ask me about this project. My name's Alex. I'm with eXp Realty. I live in Loomis and I specialize in property, rural property here in South Placer County. And I think this is a good project and I want to tell you why. Let's look at the map. The map here shows you the layout to give you a frame of reference. This is the Southern Pacific train tracks. This is Delmar. This is Sierra College. All the dotted lines are existing parcels. The solid white lines that you see are what is proposed. And so you have a cul-de-sac coming in off Delmar. There's going to be access over here. I think this is Bankhead. And then there's another cul-de-sac that's going to come off Delmar. So there's none of this traffic is going to feed directly onto Sierra College. It's going to feed onto Delmar. And I got to think they're going to have to improve Delmar because where this is, this part of Delmar is really in rough shape. The project itself is going to be an HOA, so it'll be managed. I'm not a big fan of HOAs. That's one of the reasons I live out in Loomis. But they're not a bad thing. They're going to keep the neighborhood nice. They're going to have certain standards. I really think the project fits the neighborhood, and I want to show you why. This is the same map. This is Delmar. This is the train tracks. And we'll pull up a satellite view. You see here the layout of all the existing parcels. So they're going to take and they're going to combine these parcels together as well as these over here. And they're going to put these together, and then they're going to go in and subdivide them. If you look at it, what they're doing is going to be consistent with what's already here. And the thing that we don't want, universal amongst people that live in Loomis, is we don't want all of this tract housing coming in. We don't have the capacity for it. We don't have the water, power, sewer. Obviously, the roads can't support it. I live on Delmar, and it's just a terrible road. It's not maintained. It floods in the winter during heavy rain. It's just, it's different. But on the other hand, we have very, very little traffic on Delmar because the road's in bad shape. I will tell you that there is a number of clients I have that are trying to move into the area, and they can't find affordable housing. This is not going to be affordable housing, and I'm going to tell you why. These lots will probably be priced in the high, I say 800s, maybe even over $1 million. And the reason why is because you have the land costs, the development costs, the mitigation fees, and then you have to go in and hook up power, you got to drill a well, and you got to put in a septic. By the time you do all of that, the mitigation fees, bringing in utilities, depending on the type of septic, how deep the well has to go, you're probably looking at $150,000 alone. And then you got the land surveying fees to go in. So there's just a lot that goes into development. So again, I like it. I think it's consistent with the neighborhood, and I don't want this. I don't want all of this subdivision going on. This is all Rockland down here. And they've even taken this industrial area and they've rezoned it to single family housing, high density at that. I had a developer say one time that Rockland is horny for rooftops, and I agree with it. Now, the next project that is coming up for review is going to be the project behind Rayleigh's. Rayleigh's is down here, and it's going to run along the freeway. Loomis Village is what this was called a couple of years ago, and I'll have to give the town credit. The town really sweated out Loomis Village, because they ended up going bankrupt. I remember the lead developer that was coming to the city council meetings would stand up there and say, "Oh no, we're in great financial position. We're not going bankrupt." Well, they ended up going bankrupt. And a large part of that is the community got together and we had enough of a voice that our local government really had to consider what we were saying. But this project is going to come back up. It's not dead. And I would think in the spring we're going to see a proposal on this project. I've read a couple articles about it. That's my take on the Delmar Farms subdivision. I do want to point out that the California housing laws have changed. They've changed, and because affordable housing's become such a hot button issue, the state of California has now legislation that's on the books that says, look, if you don't build, if you don't provide affordable housing for your community, then the state's going to come in and mandate it. Basically, they're going to take over your building department. We see this happening in Penryn right now with that project going in up there by the equine center. It's something that's coming our way. There's really nothing we can do to stop it, but what we can do is go in and have a voice and advocate for smart development. So that's my take on the new subdivision. If you have questions about it, if you have a house that you're trying to figure out what it's worth, if you're trying to move into the area, whatever the case may be, hit me up. I'd love to discuss your situation with you. All right, Alex Dyer, eXp Realty. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.